I've actually lived in the state almost my whole life. Grew up in Roanoke, went to school in Northern Virginia. My wife and I got married right out of college, and we've lived in Prince William County ever since we got married, and bought a house, raising our family here. So love the county and looking forward to living here. Well, I think as a student, you're interested since first grade when you start analyzing how did that work, how does it not work, what could be better, and you know, you're talking to parents, students, teachers all the way through, and everybody's always trying to see how we can improve how things work. I've been, as a taxpayer, watching it in the county for a number of years. With 57% of our tax dollars are going to the school system. We have 87,000 students. And it's an important issue, and really one of the most important resources that this county has, and something we need to make sure we do right. Over the last number of years, just kind of looking at the financial situation in the county and ways that we can keep doing things better. I was looking at the county and was like, if we have, one or two more people on the school board, we can work to actually have people who are going to look at every tax dollar they would the way they would their own family budget. And when we evaluate our tax dollars seriously and make sure that we're getting the best educational bang for the buck, then we can get the results that we need. And as I would say, every dollar wasted is, a student that we aren't helping right there. And just that kind of prioritization is something we need to make sure we have. We've seen a problem, obviously, especially over the last 6 years. Student enrollment's gone up roughly from about 65,000 to 85,000 over that course, and that's a serious growth that we've had in the county. One thing we have to be doing is making sure that we are building efficient buildings to make sure that we have the space that we need. It's a matter of space, it's a matter of teachers, but we've got to stretch the dollars as far as we can. And we can't keep, trailers work, but we can't rely on that, and we've got to have a building plan. One of the concerns we have, though, is because of the way we've gone about, building really the fanciest schools possible, is we're getting very close to our debt ceiling. And so we have to make sure that we still have the space, the financial flexibility to continue building. So we have to do a lot of building, but we've got to make sure we do it well and do it efficiently. At the end of the day, the people are electing the school board, and the school board is there to represent the people. It's also the only form of accountability that the people have is over the school board itself. So we need a school board that's willing to listen to the people, but also go ahead and make sure that they're setting the guidelines that the people want them to be setting. And if we don't have a school board that's willing to lead and it's willing to listen to the people as they make those decisions, then people are going to feel very disenfranchised and become apathetic. And ultimately, we're responsible as elected officials, whoever is elected, to be those leaders. And the administration should be carrying out those desires, which should be the desires of the people, expressed through their representatives. And what we also need to do is we've really got to go ahead and every decision we're making, we should be engaging the people. Whether it's how we're setting the strategic plan, changes in the CIP, let's be actively seeking out people advice, not just, oh, well, 3 people showed up at the school board meeting, we'll listen to them, but let's actively get a lot of citizen input before we make major decisions. And the more citizen input we make, the safer we are. And where we run into trouble is where we have administration making major decisions without even giving the school board much notice, and that's where we've seen problems. But we need strong leadership from people who are willing to say, I was elected to serve, not to listen to the administration.